Hi there. This is my video review for the Evergrow 120D full spectrum LED aquarium light. I'm going to start off by talking about the build quality. I think that the build quality is magnificent. Feels sturdy, it's solid, the knobs have a solid click, and there's no play. As soon as you start to move it, you can feel the mechanism move inside. There's no wiggle room. Whatever you do to this knob will affect your lights. The switches, they are fairly normal. The cords seem well made, something like you'd get with like a HP desktop computer, a PC. They're not cheap by any means. This unit is well built. There's no vibrations. It's quiet. You can hear the fans, but what you don't hear is the motor. I think they're brushless fans, which means I believe that I'm not sure that it just means that they're made with they rotate by magnetic force. So you don't hear a mechanism. What you hear is the wind, the air drag. So I don't know if you can hear that. I do have a dishwasher running in the background, so you probably can't. But the fans are fairly quiet. Any water movement in your reef aquarium should drown out the sound of it. If you have a hood, you won't hear the fans whatsoever. It's the quietest fixture I've ever heard. I had Evergrow 120W's dimmable, and those were the loudest things ever. This is quieter than, say, a T5 fixture. Okay, so very happy with it. The hanging kit was just a few wires with a couple of carabiners and a hook. And I don't use those. I made a wooden rack inside my hood for my aquarium. I just wanted it to be more stable and not swing around, and so that was my line of thinking. But aside from that, it's a great unit. I do want to point out though that when you turn on, say this left side here, this is the full spectrum side, and when you turn it on, you'll hear a click. And we heard a click, but now it's at 10% power. Okay. Even at 10% power, there is no light coming out. You move it up to 20%, and no light. Okay, so there's a little area here between like 10 and 25% where you don't get any light. So it's hard to gauge what kind of wattage you are giving this fixture. So I've got it up around 26%, and those are the full spectrums. 2 greens, 4 reds, 6 warm whites, and the rest are cool white. The cool whites are, I would say, between 10 and 14 Kelvin, and the warm whites, I would say, between 5,000 and 6,500 Kelvin. And the red are red, and the green are green, and they're kind of like Christmas lights, I guess. So that is the full spectrum on its lowest setting, and I will turn it up, and it is just bright as all hell. Very impressed with the shimmer effect it puts on my tank. Very impressed with the brightness. I like the dimmer switches. It gives me the ability to acclimate the lights to my tank. It gives me the ability to acclimate the new corals to my lights, to my reef tank. And now I'm going to turn the blues on, and again, this has a little bit of play here between 10 and 20% power, and that's at its lowest setting right now. And you see those 4 purple looking ones, those are the UV lights, and actually in real life they don't come out that purple or that reddish. They are slightly purple in real life, and to be honest, they do not put off that much light. In real life, they appear to be much dimmer than the blue actinics. But I like the optical lenses on this. Even with the optical lens, you get a amazing spread on your tank. Now, I don't know why the camera shows it fluctuating like that. It could be my camera, and it could be my electrical current. It could be the fixture. I'm not sure, but in the camera you can see the fluctuation there, but in real life you do not see the fluctuation there. So these blues are very bright, and they're beautiful. They add a great pop to your tank, and there's the full spectrum right there. Now right here it looks fairly rainbowish. In real life it is not. When it's on your aquarium, it's beautiful. You don't see the yellows, you don't really see the reds or the greens, but it's there, and I believe that it will benefit your corals to some effect. I just don't know how much. From what I've heard from other reviews on YouTube, I've heard that this fixture, I'm going to turn it all the way at full blast here, there we go. What I've heard about this fixture is that it has better par ratings than the Max Spec Razor. So I do not know that to be 100% true. It's just kind of the word going around, and it really would not surprise me. This is a well-made unit, and it puts off great light, puts off a great shimmer. The shimmer, it would not be as good as, I would say, a Kessel. I've had 3 Kessels, and they put off an immaculate shimmer and adds great depth to your reef aquarium. So overall, this light, turn it down here, this light, I love it. Great bang for my buck. Bought it from a company on eBay called Supermart168. They shipped it here for 135 bucks out the door, and it arrived in 6 business days, which I'm very happy with. Okay, now, having that been said, what I'm not happy with is this unit here. When I ordered my lights, I ordered 2 units. One unit stopped working after about a week, and this is the unit that stopped working after a week. I contacted Supermart168 off of eBay. That's what the inside looks like. I believe that this is actual. No, that's plastic. Yeah, that's acrylic. Siliconed in to prevent moisture getting to the LEDs. This is just kind of a normal casing. Okay? The LEDs here are on a board. It really has no exposed circuits. Okay, there is a weather boot around the edge of it, and really the only exposed circuits would be these 4 here, and this is what the board looks like. No, I wouldn't necessarily call this a heat sink. I would call this a board, but it makes no difference because the fans, those 3 there, blow directly on it to keep it cool, and there's good ventilation within the unit. Okay, now the reason I have this taken apart is because this is a failed LED, and it quit working after about a week. And I talked to Supermart168 from eBay, and they asked me to take it apart and read them the power supply unit model number so that they could replace it. They believe that it is the power supply, and I'm not one to tell them that it isn't. But here's my qualm with Supermart168 from eBay. The issue that I have with them is that this, my friends, is a used LED. And the reason I know this is because when I opened it up, it was filthy inside. There was dust in the fans, there was pink fingerprints inside. There were, as you can see, there are 2 pins, one here and one here, and then there is a metal bracket that holds this LED driver in place. Also over here, there's a pin and there's a pin. Okay, and what that's supposed to do is it's supposed to hold a bracket like this. Okay, there should be brackets that go across here to hold the LED drivers in place, and there are not. And the reason I know that is because I opened up that one to compare the two. That one was spotless. This one had dust and salt inside it, and also this pin, there is a bolt and the head is busted off of it. And right there, the head is busted off of that. over here there isn't a bracket at all. So I know that this unit has been opened and played with. Okay, so that's my qualm with Supermart 168, is they sold me a used unit after it was advertised as new for full price. And then instead of sending me a new LED unit, they want to just replace the power supply. And that pisses me off. The other thing about Supermart 168 is it takes them 1 or 2 days to get back to you because they don't provide a telephone number for customer support. They email with you and it takes them 1 or 2 days to get your message, and then it takes them another day to send you a message. And I'm trying to explain to them that this is filthy and that this is a used unit, and I paid full price for a new unit and they sent me a used one. So now I've only got one LED unit on my 4-foot reef aquarium, and I've lost 4 corals as a result of the lack of light. And I am pissed, and still haven't been able to talk to anybody at Supermart 168. And basically they're telling me if I send this unit back, they will put a new unit in the mail, not in the mail, but they're in UPS. What they're going to do is they want me to buy a new unit, and they'll ship it out immediately. And once that they've received this one, they say that they will refund my money. However, the problem with that is that I've already paid for 2 brand new units. Why should I have to pay another $135 for a new LED light? I informed them that I was absolutely not going to do it, and it was their responsibility to send me a new unit. I was not going to be happy with replacing the power supply on a used unit that was sold to me as new. So the purpose of this video is to help persuade Supermart 168 to send me my goddamn LED light that I bought, and not this piece of shit used one that has been refurbished and broken. So I'm going to post this video and I'm going to keep it up, and this is my review. That light right there is awesome and rocks. This light, okay, is busted and used. Okay, so I'm happy with the working, functioning lights. Okay, I am not happy with Supermart 168. So, if you're thinking of getting an LED light, good luck. I've had a 50-50 success rate with them. 1 out of 2 works. 1 out of 2 I'm functioning with. So I would tell anybody that you have a 50% chance of being happy, because that's what I am. I'm 50% happy here. I'm going to keep this up, and you know, there are a lot of good reviews on these LED units, and I like the LED unit. I am not happy with the fact that they sent me a used unit, so I'm going to keep this video up until I get my my new LED unit. So buyers beware. Supermart 168. Check out your merchandise. Make sure that you talk to them before your 30-day return policy is up. Take care. Bye.